Chapter 25. The audience gasped. Ruby blinked. Good garden of peas! The wig dangled from the branch in the spotlight, several feet behind Melba Jane. All eyes were on the wig, on Melba, the wig. Even the chorus was speechless. The only person who didn't notice what was happening was Miss Bernardo, who was now plunketing country gardens lightly on the piano, swaying back and forth, waiting for Melba Jane to start her soliloquy and then sing. Ruby saw the look on Melba's face. She was terrified. She was struggling to stay on stage, to stay standing. Ruby held her breath as Melba opened her mouth. As I was saying, Melba's voice was tiny. Her hands trembled, but actress that Melba so fiercely wanted to be, she did not move from her spot. How dear to my heart are the scenes of my childhood. Ruby thought she might be rallying. I remember the days when, she faltered, her eyes filled with tears. She stood there motionless and no one spoke. She'd forgotten her lines. Ruby licked her lips. Out in the audience, Melba's mother rose to her feet. Melba began again, but went in another direction. I remember when my daddy, her voice was a croak. A chill raced up Ruby's spine and across her shoulders. Without thinking, she strode out to Melba, taking giant steps. Melba jumped and stared at Ruby. Her eyes were as wide as a $50, and she was struck dumb. Not a word would come from her mouth. Ruby realized with a crazy rush of bravado that she was standing in front of the entire town of Hallelujah, Mississippi, next to Melba Jane Latham, who was practically bald and totally mute. She glanced at Dove sitting in a porch rocker with her mouth open. Ruby turned to Melba Jane. The two girls' eyes met, and they stared at each other. Ruby took a deep breath. Your father, she said. She gave Melba a say something look. Melba's mother began to walk towards the stage, but Ruby's mother reached for her. She put her hand gently on Layla Latham's arm, as if to say, wait. Melba found her voice, but not her lines. My father, her face crumbled. Yes, Ruby said slowly. I remember him so well. Melba blinked. How did Ruby remember him? She said the first thing that came to her. He taught you all of the constellations. Melba's mouth opened. Ruby's face flushed. Did he teach you the Firefly poem? My grandpa taught me that poem. Ruby took off Miss Ula's hat and, in one smooth motion, put it over Melba Jane's slightly blue head. Let's see if I can remember it. Ruby held out her hands and cupped in them an imaginary butterfly. Then she held her cupped hands in front of her and recited the rhyme her grandfather had taught her long ago. O little one, bright one, she said in a clear, ringing voice, you are the first one. You are the light. You are the one we follow tonight. Fly away now to your free life, so sweet. We follow you with our true hearts till we meet on the side of the shore in the meadow so far, in the place where our souls soar in the air. Ruby parted her palms and lifted them upward. She imagined she could see a real firefly winking and flying into the darkened sky. She pointed in the direction. Look, there's one. Catch it. Quick, for good luck. Ruby opened her eyes wide at Melba. Go on, she said, her teeth clenched. Grab it. And Melba did. I caught one, she croaked, cupping her hands. Everybody, find a firefly, shouted Ruby. They did. The audience was on its feet, arms outstretched. The chorus rushed in front of the stage with Ruby and Melba Jane. They began crazily jumping and catching imaginary fireflies and holding them in their cupped hands. Ruby had no idea what to do next. Mrs. Bernardo, who had been prepared to play all of Country Gardens, began playing Glow Little Glowworm. Melba, who had recovered herself some, let her imaginary glowworm firefly go into the night, and so did the audience. Ruby hooked her arm in Melba's and danced her off the stage. Melba let herself be escorted. She left the wig where it was. Tot and Salivo Wilson pulled the curtain closed. Take a bow, everybody, said Tot. Bless your hearts. The curtain opened again. The auditorium erupted in applause.